Listen up, man, because I'm about to keep it as straight up as a motherfucking stop sign with y'all. You read the title, right? Abrahamism has made you ashamed of your shakti. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Abrahamism and the Abrahamic culture that we are living in right here, right now in the modern day world at the present age has made you, has made me, and has made every motherfucker that you see ashamed of our shakti. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? What is Abrahamism? What is shakti? Why am I ashamed of it? Is this good? Is this bad? Should I panic? Should I be scared? Break this down for me, because I don't know what's going on. Well, relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm going to need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded, because it's time for you to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that this matrix that everybody talks about in the modern day world, oh, the matrix is out to get you. Oh man, the elites are all out to get you. The real matrix is based off of a magical spell from a man named Abraham. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. The real matrix. Not the shit that the top G will tell you. Not the shit that these red pill guys will tell you. No, the real matrix is derived and manufactured off of a magical spell from a man named Abraham. And before you guys click off, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Magical spell. When I talk about magic, I'm talking about the deliberate manipulation of consciousness. Not street magic, where you pick a card out of a deck and this guy magically figures out what card you picked. That's not the magic I'm talking about. I'm talking about the willful manipulation of consciousness. This is a spell that we are all under. This is what has shaped the modern world we live in today. Modernity is based off of this magical spell that can be traced back from a man named Abraham, who did a deal, who did a transaction with a deity, with a force, with a God that has caused humanity to remain in a state of enslavement. Spiritual enslavement, mental enslavement, psychological enslavement, physical enslavement, emotional enslavement. This is what's going on. This is what's happening in the world we see today. And most people don't know about it. Most people have no clue. Most people have no idea why society is set up in such a script, in such a black and white checkerboard manner. This is good, this is bad. Do this, don't do that. That, again, doesn't allow us to express who we truly are. And if we're not allowed to express who we truly are, we'll never truly be satisfied with life. We are merely just existing within the world rather than actually living. This is the start of it all. This is the spell. This is the current standard, the current system of what is called samsara in the tantric traditions. Samsara comes in many different shapes and forms, and samsara is the enslavement of one's consciousness that keeps them in a wheel, keeps them in a cycle, keeps them in a specific radius where you can only access this part of you, only access this part of you, but you're not able to fully experience the full spectrum of who you are, what brings you true fulfillment, what is actually your nature, because you are in a specific parameter of you can do this or you can't do that. This is what's going on. And until you wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee, you're going to remain stuck in this game that you didn't even choose to play. Abrahamic magic has caused all of this. And there's a specific thing that it has attacked. It is your shakti. And when I say shakti, I'm talking about the feminine force that resides within you, resides within me, resides within every motherfucker that you see. Don't matter if you're a guy, don't matter if you're a girl, you have shakti within you. I'm not talking about gender. I'm talking about a force of consciousness. The Abrahamic system is a magical spell to make you ashamed of your shakti. So let's break that down. What is shakti? What does it do? Why do they make you ashamed of it? Shakti is the essence of consciousness that brings you closer to the animal, closer to earth. That's why we call it Mother Earth. That's why we call it, the divine feminine force when you go out into nature. You have an earthly element within you. You have the animal within you. And that is a part of you. And that will always be a part of you. And that's nothing to be ashamed at. And nothing to be, you should be trying to remove. You should be learning how to embrace it. You should be learning how to use it. You should be learning how to wield it properly. Because there is an animalistic side of you, a physical side of you, a blood side of you that you will never be able to escape. And it shouldn't be something, when I say these words, that you're thinking, oh man, this guy's telling me I'm an animal, telling me I have a body. This guy's telling me that I can't transcend the blood. A lot of spiritual people, spiritual seekers, try to transcend beyond the physical body and try to transcend beyond the physical world. Why? Because the Abrahamic systems, a lot of these religions, of course, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, has told us and sold us lies that the material world is inherently bad. It's inherently evil. And our inherent and innate animalistic cravings are impure. And we must get rid of them. And we must get rid of the world. And we must go to heaven. Even if you are not religious, you are operating in this system. You are operating within that worldview because the world is shaped like that. The world is designed in a specific way right now in the modern culture to make you ashamed of your animalistic primal instincts, your shakti force. You're not able to fully express that. You're not able to fully express your physical nature. A lot of people out there, when it comes to content like semen retention and celibacy, come out with these topics, with these titles, with these thumbnails, saying lust is the devil, lust is evil, lust is this, lust is that, break lust, this, that. Yes, there is a whole process of transcending beyond lust, but to demonize your sexual cravings, to demonize your instinctual nature, to demonize your shakti is batshit retarded because that is what makes you you. That's what differentiates you between others. What you like is not what I like. What I look like is not what you look like. That's something that should be embraced. Something that is beautiful. The blood, the difference in between our blood is beautiful. It's not something bad. But of course, the Abrahamic system is a magical spell meant to break your connection to that in order to make you and everybody into one mind, the mind of God. Listen, most religious people have thrown away their own mind, thrown away their own impulses, thrown away their own shakti, their own self, what differentiates them from other people. They all talk the same, they all walk the same, they all do the same things, they all eat the same foods, they all listen to the same music. Why? Because the Abrahamic system is designed to do that, to make you into one. One God, one rule, one way of life, one heaven, one goal. I'm sorry to tell you this, but if you came up to me and told me, hey man, if you do this, this, and that, you can go to heaven, and you explain what that version of heaven looks like in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, whatever the fuck it is, in these Abrahamic systems, I would hate that. I don't want to go there. That's not heaven to me. But you're forced in this position that you are inherently a sinner. You're inherently bad. This place is inherently impure. And you must get rid of all your impurities in order to hopefully get accepted into this room full of bright white colors and all that shit? What if you don't want that? What if you want something else? Well, if you want something else, that's a sin because you're going against the law. You're going against God. You're going against the spell. And that makes you somebody that is going against the natural order of life, as they say. The all-pervading God, the most powerful. You're not able to choose your life. You're not able to choose what you like because you're made in a specific manner where you become ashamed of what you like. You become ashamed of your tastes in life. You become ashamed of your sexuality in life. You become ashamed of all this shit because it does not follow into alignment with the 10 Commandments, with the 5 pillars, with the Old Testament, with the New Testament. And again, you don't gotta be religious for this shit to affect you. This is an infection that has already spread to every single part of the world. To make you ashamed of your shakti, to make you ashamed of your nature, to make you ashamed of the physical world. Ask this, why do we all walk around with clothes on? Why do animals not do it? Because we're ashamed of showing our private parts. I'm not telling you you got to walk around fucking public naked. What I'm telling you is to think, why in the Garden of Eden, that story, Adam and Eve became ashamed of being naked, ashamed of their physical body, ashamed of Shakti, ashamed of the earth. Why is that? It's to remove your connection to the mother, so you remain subordinate to the father. And I'm talking about the sky father figure. I'm talking about Yahweh. I'm talking about the God of the Abrahamic traditions. It's meant to make you ashamed of the mother, of what differentiates things in the world, in order for you to be shoved into his machine. If you do this, if you do that, if you do this, and you don't do that, I will let you into heaven. But you must follow all these rules for the time being. And as you follow all those rules, you become what I like to call an Abrahamic automaton. You become a mere cog of the machine, and you lose what makes you you. And I don't care how much you succeed following that system. You will never truly be satisfied because you're not living in alignment to what is called your dharma, your destiny, your duty, your innate natural essence. Everyone's got their own dharma. My dharma is different than yours. Your dharma is different than mine. Your dharma is not better than mine. My dharma is not better than yours. It's just your nature. Is a tiger better than a cow, or is a cow better than a tiger? No. It just is what it is. You are you, I am me. And in order for us to fully embody that, we must fully embody Shakti. Because what makes you you is what makes you different than everybody else. Your taste, your style, your swag, your own visions of life, your own idea of heaven, your own goals, your own pursuits. That is you. And you should never be ashamed of this stuff. Never ever should be ashamed of what you truly desire. If that means becoming a fucking billionaire with all these girls on a boat, on a mansion, by all means do it. That's not what I want, but fucking do it. If that means becoming a fucking sage and living out in India and ashrams and all that stuff, by all means do it. If that means becoming a doctor, by all means do it. If that means becoming a musician, by all means do it. If that means becoming whatever you want, by all means do it, because that's what makes you you. And the further you drift away from what makes you you, the further you drift away from a life that is filled with true satisfaction. Satisfaction of the mind, the body, and the soul. The body never gets fed by following the Abrahamic system, and the soul never gets fed. The mind gets fed. Oh man, all these rules, I'm checking off every box. It's a mental disease. People who follow the Abrahamic systems, not even the religion, just the Abrahamic system, have mental problems. And I'm not trying to say that to be funny. They have a mental issue because they're all in the mind. They don't listen to their gut. They don't listen to their instincts. They don't listen to their shakti. They just listen to the law of an external authority. If you're just stuck up in the mind, you're going to lose your connection to your gut. That's why they call the gut the second brain. It has a source of information. Shakti has a source of information that you cannot get from the external laws of a Skyfather figure, of books, of Bibles, of the Quran. You cannot get the knowledge of your blood, of your essence, of your Shakti from these external things. You must listen to that gut. But you are, again, made ashamed to listening to that gut. The Bible says the heart is full of deception. In the Quran and all these other Abrahamic texts, they say the same type of thing. The world is full of deception. Shakti is full of deception. That's why in the Garden of Eden story, the woman, Eve, a representation of the feminine force, and Shakti, the serpent, is illustrated as the downfall of mankind. They are the source of our downfall, from being separated from God. They want to demonize your Shakti. They want to demonize what your true natural essence is. So you lose connection to your Dharma. You get disconnected from your Dharma, and all you do to replace that is follow some bullshit dogma. If you're meant to be a fucking killer, no matter how much you follow a peaceful life of a saint, you will always, always remain dissatisfied, because your Dharma is to be a killer, and nobody can tell you that this is right or wrong. There's only what's right for you and what is wrong for you. There is not a universal set of standards for everybody to follow, but that is what the Abrahamic tradition wants you to believe. There's a specific script. There's a specific set of standards that everybody, no matter where you are in the world, must follow, because they want everybody to be absorbed into one rule, one mind, one track of focus, one goal. Serve, serve, serve. Submit, submit, submit. Let go of what makes you you in order to become one of us. You see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? This is not something that is really that profound to think about. If you just take a look around you, you can see it. Everybody's living the same life. Everybody's doing the same thing. You know, you're born, school, job, house, wife, kids, retire, die, hopefully go to heaven. That's what most people do. Sprinkle a little bit of fun in between, a little bit of dopamine in between. No one's actually pursuing their Dharma, because most people don't even know their Dharma. And why is that? Because they're disconnected from their Shakti. Again, when we talk about Shakti and we talk about Shiva, those are the divine masculine and the divine feminine forces that reside within you. We can categorize them into different planes of consciousness when we look at the chakra system in the tantric yogic system. Every chakra holds a little puzzle, a little source of knowledge that helps you understand who you are, a little piece of your Dharma. And Shakti, the Shakti realms, the Shakti chakras, if you want to call that, those are the lower chakras, the Muladhara, the Svadhisthana, and the Manipura, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. The Shiva chakras, if you want to call it that, is the Vishuddhi, the throat, the Ajna, third eye, and the Sahasrara, the crown. Those give you understandings of your higher nature, your spiritual nature, your mental nature, your mental Dharma, your spiritual Dharma, if you want to call it that. But we live in the age of Shakti. We live in what's called the Kali Yuga in the yogic tradition. And what I mentioned what I'm talking about when I mention the yugas is that within this tradition, time goes in cycles. Don't go linear. It goes in cycles. And the cycle of time that we are living in right now, this era, this period, this yuga is called the Kali Yuga, where our consciousness is naturally rooted to those shakti states. That's our default mode of being. We are closely connected to the earth. We are closely connected to the physical body. If I punch you in the face right now, you're not going to debate it. But if I had you think about some supernatural things, psychic things, you would have a hard time grasping it, because this is more tangible right now. The physical world. We are living in the age of Shakti, so you have to have a good understanding of your Shakti to be able to operate properly within this world, within the present age. You shouldn't deny it, but you shouldn't be compelled to it. We are all born into compulsion into Shakti. We're basically slaves to Shakti. But if you are a slave to Shakti and you're trying to run away from it, it's not going to work. You see what I'm saying? Imagine you're chained to something and you try to run away from it. It's always going to be there. And you're meant and you're sold and you're told lies to say that you should be ashamed of being chained to it, rather than learning how to actually understand your nature, understand your primal instincts, understand the blood, understand what makes you you, and embrace it, embody it to the fullest extent. Just because you don't follow the rules of this book, just because you don't follow the rules of this teacher, just because you don't follow the rules of this priest, this rabbi, this sheikh, this system, this society, doesn't make you bad. Doesn't make you evil, doesn't make you impure. Just because you have desires that are not holy in the eyes of these people doesn't make you an inherently bad person. That's just not your dharma. That is not your duty. That is not your destiny. That is not what you desire. You should be allowed to desire what you desire. You should be allowed to express that desire. And again, this doesn't mean just be a fucking hedonistic slave to Shakti, but it means learning how to actually harness that power. Harness those desires. Pursue those desires. Not let those desires control you, but actually pursue them for you to be able to satisfy that side of you. To actually satisfy your essence. Every chakra must be fed. Every plane of consciousness must be fed. Because you are not the body, you are not the brain, and you are not the soul. The Abrahamic traditions will tell you you're just inhabiting a body for the time being. And you must remove all attachment to it so you can become all spirit and live in heaven. You are the self. The self is the tri-union of the body, of the brain, and of the soul. You must learn how to understand every realm of who you are in order to live a life that is aligned to what is truly natural to you. You can have all the cars, all the clothes, all the hoes. You can have all the fucking prayers. You can have all the communions. You can have all the, rituals that you do in the Abrahamic traditions. You can do all that stuff. But until you find your dharma, you will never be fulfilled. You will never truly be you because you don't know who you are. And that's all we want. That's what everybody is seeking for themselves. Everybody in the world is seeking for themselves, who they are, what is truly natural to them. But again, certain aspects are blocked off. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Right now, man, if I just fucking took off my pants, walked around naked, that's what I really desire to do right now. There's a side of me, oh wait, no, that's bad. That's impure. I can't do this. I'm going to jail. I'm doing that. You are, again, in this box of how you should operate in life. What is right and what is wrong. Have you ever been at a fucking stoplight while you're driving and nobody was around, but that stoplight is red? You just sit there in your car like a doofus, waiting for it. How long are you gonna wait? Well, I'm just being a law-abiding citizen. Nobody's there, man. Fucking bend that. Break the rule. Who gives a damn? That's not even a real rule. I'm not telling you to run reds at every single light. No, but use your own instincts. Listen to your gut. Nobody's there. Let me just fucking turn. But again, most people, with this analogy, if you take it to a broader extreme, are living in this life where they only let somebody else determine and dictate what is right for them, what is wrong for them, what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Mom, dad, what should I do? Boss, what should I do? School, what should I do? Society, what should I do? Priest, what should I do? Jesus, what should I do? Yahweh, what should I do? Abraham, what should I do? You lose connection to the earth and the physical telling you what's right or what's wrong, what's good for you, what is bad for you. You don't listen to that. And if the more you don't listen to it, the more this starts to wither away. Imagine you're just walking in the forest and you see a tiger running after you. If you can't connect to that shakti that is sending you adrenaline to tell you get the fuck out of there, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna lose your physical body. You're gonna lose yourself. That's just an analogy of the physical issues that comes with not listening to your shakti. But if you look at it on a dharmic level, if you are unable to identify what is wrong for you, what is right for you, you're just gonna let everything attack you and attack your nature and make you, basically rip it away from you. Make you a slave to just dogma. You don't see the issue. You don't see the problem. You don't see the danger of living in this box of dogma. You don't see the danger of not following your dharma. However, I'll tell you what the danger is right here, right now. When you don't follow your dharma, you want to escape your life. You hate your life because you are not living towards your essence. If you take a tiger out of its natural element where it needs to hunt and you put it into a zoo and you give it fucking vegetarian food, it's probably, if you could go into its mind, go into its consciousness, probably want to kill itself. Most people, and I don't want to be fucking harsh, most people want to kill themselves. If you actually went into most people's consciousness and you could read their minds, read their feelings, most people, the lives that they're living, they don't want to live it. They'd rather die. They don't got the balls to do it. Some people do. But most people hate the situation that they're in. They are dreaming and desiring for something much better, much bigger. Oh man, they're trapped in with this wife and kids that they don't even want, but their friends told them it's right. The church told them it's right. They listen to the script. They listen to the system. They want to be a playboy. They want to have fucking 30, 40 women. They want to be on a yacht balling. They don't want to do whatever. They want to be, on another extreme, a complete celibate for the rest of their lives. They don't get to do that because they have been conditioned to follow this specific set of rules, this specific standards, because they have been conditioned and programmed into this dualistic form of life. The binary view of black and white. This is good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. Not actually understanding that there is no such thing as morality in reality. Let me say that again. Write it down. There is no such thing as absolute morality in this reality. There's only what is good for you and what is bad for you. And how do you determine what is good for you and what is bad for you? Is by, again, contrasting it to your dharma, to your nature. Does this get you closer to your dharma or does it pull you away from your dharma? If it gets you closer, 2 thumbs up, that's good. If it pulls you away, 2 thumbs down, that's bad. Simple as that, right? Has nothing to do with this, with what this guy said billions of years ago in this book. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with what your mom said, what your dad said, what society says, or what I say. It all depends on you. And in order for you to know you and know what differentiates you between every other person is what you like, is what you desire, is what is in your shakti. Again, if you like something that goes against their rules, you're ashamed. You're You have guilt thrown at you. You are judged. Maybe, this is a crazy example, maybe you're homosexual. I'm not, but maybe you are. But again, you're ashamed. You have guilt thrown at you. You're judged for doing that. Because you grow up in a system, in a society that tells you it is wrong. It is inherently bad. If there's a homo monkey out there, man, in the jungle, they don't give a damn. It's gonna do what it wants. It's animalistic. That's the shakti. It just does what it naturally feels. And that doesn't mean to just be hedonistic. Most people who are quote unquote homo, gay, lesbian, whatever, they're actually just simply trying to rebel against all the judgment. They don't actually want to do it. They feel so ashamed, and instead of being cowering in fear, they rebel against it. And they lose themselves in the process. It's the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. Either you cower away in fear of being ashamed, or you rebel and you lose yourself in both ways. And again, that's an example that's pretty extreme, but you can take whatever example that you want. Do you desire, what do you desire? If you're ashamed of that, do you cower, or do you rebel and go so hard to the extreme where again, you lose yourself in the process? You didn't really even want that, but you are so scared of people judging you, so you go to the extremes. You know, goth people who tat themselves to the fucking brim. Most of them are still ashamed. They don't really want that, but they're trying to rebel against the system because again, they're still in the system. When you follow your dharma, there is no more system. What do I mean by this? You rebel. You're on a black square on the checkerboard. You cower away in fear. You're on a white square on the checkerboard. Black, white. Black, white. Good, bad. Rebel, cower. Both sides of the same coin. The coin is the magic spell. When you are fully out of the system, you take that checkerboard and you flip it completely on itself, and you get to play fucking cards, Uno, Call of Duty. You play the game that you want and you don't give a damn. You're not in that fucking back and forth. I'm a rebel, I'm a fight. I'm a coward, I'm a fight. You just say, fuck all that. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what's natural to me because this is what's right for me. This is what's right for me. This is what's natural to me. Just like that lion, the tiger that's put into a zoo. It says, fuck all this, man. I'm going back. I'm doing what's right for me. I don't care if it pisses other people off. I don't care that I'm literally killing other animals. I am following what is right to me, what is dharmic to me, because this is what I was meant to do. Simple as that. No morals involved, no right, no wrong, just dharma. Fuck the dogma. This is what you've been searching for. This is what you want. This is what you need. And this is what they want to pull you away from. Because a man who follows and pursues his dharma is no longer a mere cog in the machine. Is no longer just a little battery pack to keep this system running, to keep this cycle churning. You are unplugged from the magic spell, from the real matrix. And that is something dangerous for this system. Not the elites, not the Illuminati, for this system of samsara. You transcend beyond it. You liberate yourself from petty moralism, from black and white, from dualism, duality. You break the condition of dogma. And also when you do that, you understand other people and why they pursue things. Even if you don't agree with it, and maybe you're going to war because your dharma is against my dharma, you appreciate it. You appreciate the beauty. You appreciate art. You appreciate war. You appreciate what makes the world different. You appreciate and embody shakti. They want you to make you ashamed of that. They want to make you ashamed of that. And most people have no idea that this is going on. Most people live their lives following the script, following the system, going against their nature, losing connection to their dharma, being ashamed of their shakti, and sit on their deathbed and realize, fuck, did I even live my life? Or was I just existing in the external world? Was I living my dharma out? Or was I just a part of somebody else's dream? Was I just a background character in somebody else's dream? Was I just a little totem pole to keep up their agenda? Fuck. That's the question people are going to be asking on their deathbed. So you have an opportunity right now, if you're still watching this video, to break free from that. And again, it doesn't mean that you, oh man, I'm no longer Christian anymore, no longer Muslim anymore, no longer Jewish anymore. No, it doesn't have to do with the religion. The religion is the underlying matrix of it, but the entire matrix is the magical spell of law, of dogma. That is what you must break free from. And in order for you to break free from that, you must understand your law. And not your dogma, but your dharma. How do you understand that? Well, you have to understand every part of yourself. You have to go into each plane of consciousness. You have to explore each chakra. And this is what we call yoga. Yoga literally means union. You're trying to take all these parts of you and bring it into union. Yoke it together. This is the science of Tantra. This is what it's all about. To understand each part of your nature. Because again, each of these chakras, each of these planes of consciousness holds a piece of the puzzle of what your dharma is. But again, there's something in the way. They're called compulsions. Compulsions and karmas deter you from your dharma. Block you from your dharma. Because there's karmas and compulsions in each chakra. And it keeps you stuck in that chakra. Keeps you stuck in that state of consciousness. Keeps you stuck in that realm of reality where you're unable to understand what that realm is, who you actually are, and what is truly you're doing, or are you just addicted to doing these things? Most of you guys don't even know what you like in life. Most people don't even know what food you fucking like. What kind of girls you like. What kind of guys you like. What kind of art you like. What kind of music you like. You just follow the fucking said standards. Whether it's the hedonistic standards that are on the black checkerboard or the completely holy standards that is on the white part of the checkerboard. And you're compelled to it. You're compelled to it always. Always, always, always going to it. And that causes you to not understand what is actually your true doing. You have so much going on in your mind, you don't even know which one of them are your own thoughts. Is it thoughts of this guy, your mom, your dad, society, school? Which one of them is you? Well, in order for you to find that, you must remove all the gunk, remove all the junk. And this is done through the journey of what we call the right hand path, aka Dakshinashara within the Tantra traditions. This is a journey of renunciation. You are trying to renounce not because you think these things are evil. This compulsion, that compulsion, whatever compulsion, not because you view them as evil, but because you're trying to understand which one of these desires are yours and which one of them are just unconscious compulsions that you've been conditioned to drive towards. Do you really want to go watch all that porn? Or is it something to where you're just trying to get some stimulation from your sexual centers because you're ashamed of having sex with whoever you want to? You're ashamed of your private parts. You're ashamed of yourself. You're ashamed of your shakti. So which one is it? See? You have to remove all the compulsions to understand the dharmic implications of each chakra. And these compulsions come from all different angles, all different sides, all different coins. It might be fear, might be sensual cravings, might be status-driven things, might be intellectual things, skepticism. all these different types of things in different chakras have its own compulsions. But there's ways to overcome it by removing yourself from that completely. It's like an elimination diet. This is what I like to bring up when it comes to analogy of what the right-hand path is all about. You are going on an elimination diet for your consciousness. So you can understand what is right for you and what is wrong for you. An elimination diet is when you take out all the stuff in your diet, stick to very basic things. And then when you eat that food and you feel good, you add in another version of food, another variety of food. Whether it's fruits, whether it's vegetables, this vegetable, that fruit, this drink, that drink. And if you react bad to it, that's a clear indication it's not dharmic for you. You see what I'm saying? You remove all the things so you can understand what is right for you and what is wrong for you. What is actually coming from your nature versus what is forced onto you to make you addicted to it. Because that's what the Abrahamic system also likes to do. It likes to make you addicted to things that they are telling you is bad. For example, let's bring up sexuality. It is trying to make you ashamed of your sexuality, but also at the same time make you addicted to it. How do they make you addicted to this? Well, I don't want to go too in depth and too in detail because we got full breakdowns of this on other platforms. But for example, when you're born, you can let me know in the comment section down below. This is going to be a little personal, a little private, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. Guess what happens to most males? They're born, their parents give the baby to the doctor takes out a set of scissors. What does he cut off? Cuts off the skin around your dick. Why? Oh, well, this is actually a part of a ritual in the Abrahamic tradition. Go read the Bible. For all you fucking Christians and Jews and Muslims even too, go read the Genesis story. Go read about this ritual that Abraham made a deal with this God in order for him to get power. AKA, bow down to me, Abraham, do this shit, and I'll make everybody bow down to you. He told Abraham, everybody in your tribe, every lineage, the way that they are essentially bowing down to me, to the law, to the external authority, the Sky Father, is they gotta cut off that piece of their body too. Well, if you know anything about anatomy, that part of your body is very sensitive. Your foreskin is very sensitive. And that's what actually gives you the stimulation, the sexual gratification when you engage in sexual activities. It gives you the sensitivity that you need. So you have become desensitized. That's why you're always craving, thinking about sex, most people, in today's day and age. They put out all these things in front of you, pornography, this, and that, and they know you'll never be satisfied. So you can wank and beat the skin off your dick, bro. Fucking wank it 20, 30 times a day, and you'll still want more. Why? Because you are not satisfied. It's like having a hard-ass workout. And after that workout, I give you a bag of chips. You can eat that bag of chips and still be hungry. And you get another bag of chips. Eat that, still be hungry, because there's no nourishment, there's no true satisfaction that you get. Same thing with all of this. You can have sex with 500 girls, 600 girls in one night. Yet that part of your body that is closely connected to shakti is removed. So you're addicted to sex, but can never truly get the satisfaction of sex. And they also put on top of that any sexual act outside of marriage is impure, is bad. So then we see what is the black checkerboard, where people become whores and sluts. And then we see on the other side where people just become nuns and monks. Even though deep down their desire might not be to be a nun and a monk, they actually want to be a playboy. And the other people who are promiscuous, maybe that's not their true desire. They're just rebelling against it because deep down they actually want to be fathers and mothers with one wife or one husband. It distorts you because it distorts your desires. It mutilates a part of you physically, and it mutilates eventually the flow of your prana, aka your life force. This causes a warping of your consciousness. which, again, causes you to remain ashamed of what you want, but also you're addicted to that craving. So you're addicted and ashamed at the same time. That is a fucking strong chokehold that is put over your consciousness, where you're getting hit from both angles, from both sides. And that is something that is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. And it causes you to look for somebody or something to give you rules. This is why a lot of people, a lot of young men, the self-improvement industry has been booming and booming. Because people are addicted and attached, addicted and ashamed of who they are. They look for somebody else to tell them what's right, to tell them what's wrong. And these self-improvement dumbasses just plug them into their matrix. Another dogma. The difference between, and I don't want anyone to think I'm like a self-improvement guy. The difference between what I do is I want you to follow your dharma. I want you to find your dharma. I don't care if it's anything close to my dharma. I have no fucking want for you to follow what I do. I want you to pursue what is natural to you. And this is what this whole journey of the right-hand path is all about. Dakshinashara. Removing the compulsions so you can understand what is there. It's like taking a rock that's full of dirt, full of junk, full of gunk, and purifying it to see the diamond that's in there. And the diamond isn't just, oh man, your spiritual self. No, it's the diamond is your physical self, your desires, your innate desires, your animalistic desires. That's you. And you're perfect. Everyone says man is made imperfect. God is always perfect. What the fuck does perfect mean? To me, perfect doesn't mean that you're just non-violent. Perfect means being able to do everything. I can be spiritual, and I can come back down to the Muladhara. Come back and down into my lower animalistic self and kill somebody if I need to. Beat the fuck out of somebody if I need to. That don't make sense if you're just in one plane or one mode of awareness for the rest of your life. You're not just a spirit, you're not just a body, you're not just a mind. You are the self, and the self is the tripartite union of all these three elements. In order for you to find yourself, realize who you are, realize the self. Self-realization, you first must master the self. You master each chakra, master each plane. And this is what the right-hand path is all about, the journey of self-mastery. And this is what we talk about over here on this channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out that game so you guys can make these games to dig what the fuck I'm saying. This is what we talk about over on the main channel. Matter of fact, if you don't know about the main channel yet, man, you are missing out, my guy. Because like I just said, this channel right here, the Philosopher Files, this is my second channel, my boy. This is my second channel. We got a full main channel that still goes in depth and in detail to uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, aka the right-hand path, aka Dakshinashara, but just from a different angle. Another side of the coin, but this coin is actually beneficial to you. It is actually beneficial to your dharma. And that's the main channel, aka the Philosopher. If you have not tapped into the main channel yet, man, you are missing out. Check out the link posted in the description box down below. Click that link, subscribe, get up on some games. You ain't out here looking like a lame. You dig what I'm saying? Because look, man, maybe you enjoy this type of content over here on the second channel where it's raw, unfiltered, authentic as it gets, no cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. This is what we cook up over here on this channel, aka the Philosopher Files. But on the main channel, I'm telling you, man, every single video you tap into on the main channel, you basically you got to be ready to watch a goddamn movie. Because you're going to have a cinematic experience when you tap into the main channel videos with all of our content, with the documentary style, the nice clean cut edits, the music, the script, the flow, all that good stuff. So maybe you like that channel more than this channel. Maybe you like this channel more than that channel, but you ain't going to know until you know, because maybe you just want the best of both worlds. And that's what I would say is probably best for you. So in order for you to understand that, tap in with the main channel. Again, description box down below, and underneath the link in the description box to my main channel, you'll find a link to my Instagram. If you ever want to connect if you ever want to talk about these topics, if you ever want to just chop it up about these different types of concepts, do not be shy. Shoot your boy a shot. My DMs are always open. Slide in the DMs. Not like that, though. Remember, man, don't be ashamed of it, but I don't roll like that. I don't roll like that. That ain't dharmic to me. So just slide in the DMs. Shoot your boy a shot. We'll talk about it there, man. And again, follow me over there. Connect with me over there. Get up on all the game that we post on that platform as well. Description box down below, Instagram and my main channel. Make sure you go run it up, motherfucker. But like I was saying, all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, all this stuff that we talk about over in the main channel, all this stuff that we talk about over on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, listen, we got to take a quick pause right here, right now, to give a shout out to the fucking private Patreon community. Listen up, man. Listen up. Most people have already clicked off this video. Most people can't handle the way I talk. Most people just can't handle the truth. But if you're still here, that is a clear sign that you're resonating with the message. And that's a clear sign that you are what I like to call a spiritual savage. A real deal spiritual savage. You are picking up what the fuck I'm putting down, and you see the system. You see the magic spell. You see how people are enslaved, and you see maybe how you are enslaved. And you're sick and tired of remaining in this black and white checkerboard. You want to play your game. You want to satisfy yourself. You want to find yourself. You want to be who you are. You want to pursue your dharma. And you'll do what it takes. You're ready to renounce. You're ready to walk up the mountain. You're ready to walk the right hand. If you are one of those individuals, you must be a savage to do it, because you're going against the grain of what you've been sold and told that is right your entire life. You're going against the grain of what everybody else is doing. You're going to follow your nature, and you're not going to give a damn in the process. This is what it takes for a man to pursue his dharma. If you're one of those individuals, and I'm guessing that you are because you're still watching this video, you didn't click off yet, I'm going to need you to do me a quick favor. Find the closest mirror to you. Come on now, man. I don't care if it's in the bathroom. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Stare into that window, make them uncomfortable. Do what you got to do and take a good hard look in that mirror for me. Come on now, man. I can wait. I'll wait all day. I'll wait all day, motherfucker. Get a real good mental picture of that man that's staring right into your eyes, staring right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Get a nice click, clack, Kodak moment. Let it really marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let it sink into your psyche, my guy. Because you're doing that man, not me. That motherfucker that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror, you're doing him a huge disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet if you consider yourself a real dear spiritual savage. Because look, man, if you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over here on this channel, if you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over on the main channel, I'm telling you, man, your mind is going to be blown with the type of information that we are cooking up over on the private Patreon community. Because look, bro, we are truly uncovering the esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen over there. You ain't gonna find this type of content on the main channel, on this channel, matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet, because it's some real deal game, real deal sauce for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane of consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? This ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for the people that are just searching around for spiritual stimulation. This is for the real savages that are willing to do what it takes to discover their dharma, because there is a science to this. And this science is what we break down over on the private Patreon community. So not only do you get access to a treasure trove of all of this exclusive content by joining up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also access to all of our full guides, all of our in-depth occult lectures, all of our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard what I said. Not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be joining to a brotherhood of like-minded men who are also walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you, who are breaking free from the chains of the Abrahamic spell, who are breaking free from the real matrix that's keeping their mind boxed in to this moral structure that the world wants to keep you stuck in. So not only is this a group chat where you'll be surrounded with other like-minded individuals who are gonna hold you accountable, who want to see you elevate, and inevitably want to see you liberate from this slavery. But also, this is a place where we host our bi-weekly Mastermind Live Calls. Yes, sir, you heard what I said. Bi-weekly Mastermind Live Calls, where you hop in a live call with me, as well as this community of like-minded men who are also pursuing the path of self-mastery. Because again, man, this is an individualized path. Your journey is different than mine, but it is the same at the same time. How does that make sense? We are all dealing with the same compulsions, dealing with the same chakras, dealing with the same planes of consciousness, but your compulsions might be bigger in one area, my compulsions might be bigger in the other area. You might use this practice and this tool and this technique to break through that compulsion. I might use it in a different manner. At the end of the day, we are still walking the same path. You might start on this side of the mountain, I might start there. You might take this route, I might take that route. But at the end of the day, we're all meeting up at the same summit, the same peak, the same pinnacle, which is self-realization, understanding your true nature, collecting all the infinity stones, collecting each piece of the puzzle to map out and paint out the picture of your Dharma. That's the right hand. And the left hand, it's another side of the story, is where you finally actualize that Dharma. You take the blueprint that you realize by walking up that mountain, and you actually start building. You start living a life that is aligned to it. That is the left-hand path, but in order for you to start building, you first must know what is your blueprint. If you don't know your blueprint, you're gonna build somebody else's. You're gonna remain a mere cog of their machine, and that's what's going on. And you're gonna be forced to think that you like it. What if you just built a house that somebody else wanted, and you're done with it, you sit in it, wow, this is horrible, this is ass. That's what most people's lives are gonna look like on their deathbed. You never wanted that, but you've been forced into this life that, no, this is the right way to build your house. Somebody else enjoys that, not you. Take this same analogy for life. You need that blueprint of what you were designed to build first before you start building. That's the path of the right hand. And this is what this community is all about. This is what you can talk about over on the private Patreon community, over on the Philosopher's Circle, because let's keep it a buck here, man. How many people are you going to talk to this stuff about? You've all heard the saying, that you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. If you hang around with 5 people that are stuck in the spell of Abraham, you're going to be the 6th motherfucker stuck under that spell. But if you hang around the real spiritual savages that you'll see over on the Philosopher's Circle, I'm telling you, man, you're just going to elevate your system, your life, your path to another level, to another degree when it comes to the path of self-mastery. Oh man, that's a bar, write it down. So if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle, because again, I can 100% guarantee you, this is the place to be if you're someone who is serious about understanding their true nature, understanding their Dharma, and pursuing it to the fullest extent. If you need any more information, if you still got questions about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video. Again, not the description box. That's where you'll find a link to my Instagram and the main channel. I'm talking about in the comment section down below. You'll see it's the first comment pinned up by me. Click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page. And from there, you can join up as a member of the private Patreon community, but also check out the other links to the other services I provide, such as application forms for my one-on-one personalized coaching program. If you're someone who's truly serious about this path and looking for direct one-on-one guidance from me, where we're working mano-a-mano, one-on-one, to guide you up this mountain of self-mastery on the right hand through the journey of renunciation, through the esoteric science of self-mastery, this is what this coaching program is all about. Because again, I gotta make it clear, I don't know your Dharma, only you know your Dharma. But what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve those karmas, aka the things that are blocking you away from understanding your Dharma. Your Dharma is like the sun. The sun is always out. Right now it feels amazing, basking in the sun. But a couple days ago, super cloudy. Couldn't see the sun for shit. Does that mean the sun is not there? No, the sun is always there. Your Dharma is always there. But it's covered up by clouds. In this case, the clouds are karmas. So if you remove the clouds, you see the sun. If you remove your karmas, you see your Dharma. That's what I do. That's my job. I'm the Dharma doctor, motherfucker. I'll prescribe you the practices, the techniques, and help guide you up the mountain of self-mastery. This is what this coaching program is all about. So if you're ready to ascend and evolve, check out the link, again, posted in the pinned comments video, shoot your boy an application, and we'll see if you meet the criteria for this coaching program. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with so we can get you back on the right track towards discovering your Dharma, that's what we got the consultation call booking link for too as well. That can be found in the pinned comment of this video. Again, click that link, it'll be forwarded to our page. From there, you can pick and choose whether it's join up into the Philosopher's Circle, applying to the coaching program, or booking a consultation call. You can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, man, all this stuff that I talk about here on this channel, on the main channel, on the private Patreon community especially. And if you want to learn more about the snip, the circumcision, we got a full fucking breakdown of that ritual, going in depth and in detail on the private Patreon community. We got all the sauce over there, man. Esoteric level shit that you've never seen, my boy. So if you're ready to elevate, look, man, this is a place to be. But all this stuff that I talk about in the private Patreon community, and especially in my personalized coaching program, all of this stuff revolves around the ancient teachings of this Aryan tradition of the Tantric Yoga path towards discovering your Dharma by dissolving your karmas. This is what I teach. This is what I preach. This is a science. And this science is perennial. It's always been there. What I'm doing, what my Dharma is, what my duty is, what brings me true fulfillment, what is natural to me is to revive this. Revive this tradition, revive these teachings, revive this science, and make it more practical in the modern day world for the modern day man. Like you, like me, like every motherfucker that you see. To be able to apply into our lives. Breaking it down like a motherfucking brick for y'all. That is my Dharma. I'm reviving Dharma. Reigniting Dharma. Protecting Dharma. And preserving Dharma. I'm not making any of this stuff up. I know I might sound smart, but goddamn it, man, I'm nowhere near as smart as the Aryan sages. What I'm doing is taking their information, taking their teachings, and bringing it back to the modern day world. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that I'm talking about has already been said and done. They have laid down the blueprint. I'm just making that blueprint more relevant, more prevalent in the modern day world. So if you don't believe me, you can go watch sages. You can read their books. But I'm not making this stuff up. And I gotta say this to make this very clear. If you are resonating with this video, if you're still here, you haven't clicked off, that is a clear sign that you are ready to walk the right hand. The Dharma is speaking through me and to you. Forget about the messenger, focus on the message. Yeah, maybe the way I spin it, the way I talk about it, the way I break it down finally allows it to click within your consciousness, but at the end of the day, the message is what reigns supreme. The message is what remains supreme and reigns supreme. The Dharma is speaking through me and to you. And it's telling you it's time to wake up. You've been stuck under this spell for far too long. If you truly want to live a life that satisfies you, you must be willing to renounce and remove yourself from this spell and this script and this compulsive lifestyle that you are unconsciously flowing through. You must realize what is you. Who are you? What is you? What is your Dharma? Who is your Dharma? What are you designed to do? What were you brought here for? What actually brings you true satisfaction? If you're still watching this video, there is no excuse anymore. I don't know how, I don't know why, but you are resonating with the message. You are operating at the frequency of Dharma. Maybe in your past lives, you've dissolved some karmas that put you in a better position in this lifetime to actually receive the messages of Dharma through my teachings, through these videos. I have no idea. Maybe that's it. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that this incarnation might be your one-way ticket to actually achieving liberation. But you can't waste it on another cycle of degeneration by remaining stuck under the spell, degenerating your Dharma, degenerating who you are to follow the rules and set standards of what society tells you, of what these books tell you, of what this religion tells you, of what your mom tells you, your dad tells you, anybody. You must follow what's in your heart, what is causing your heart to beat. That is your Dharma. And you must dissolve those karmas that are blocking you from ever realizing it through walking the right-hand path. This might be your incarnation to do that, to achieve liberation. But it don't mean shit to just watch another video, and another video, and another video, man. Yes, you might get all the knowledge, and that's great, and you might understand it, but understanding and knowledge sits up in the head. I need you to turn that knowledge that sits up in the head and that understanding that sits up in the head into understanding and gnosis that resides within the heart. And the only way you go from the head to the heart is through first-hand experience. This is called self-mastery. I ain't gonna fucking hold your hand. I can help guide you, but I ain't gonna hold your hand. I'm walking up this mountain too. I better see you at the summit, but I can't fucking bring you up the mountain with me. I'm leading the way. Let me be the guinea pig. That's what I do. But you gotta have the balls. You gotta be savage enough to do the same, to walk that path, the right hand, the razor's edge, to discover your dharma on the journey of self-mastery, which leads to what? Self-realization. So you can watch the video after video after video, and that's great. Just like those self-improvement guys that watch video after video after video, read self-help books after self-help books after self-help books, but never apply that knowledge. What do we call them? We call them mental masturbators. Well, I'm calling you, yes, you motherfucker, if that's all you're gonna do with my content, a spiritual masturbator. That's right, a spiritual masturbator. It ain't enough to just know. It ain't enough to understand. I need you to understand. And the only way you do that is by walking this right hand. And you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I do that? Well, that's what we talk about over here on this channel, on the main channel. And if you need more direct guidance, direct techniques, direct advice, direct practices, that's what we got over on the private Patreon community for. That's what we got the personalized coaching program for. That's what we got the consultation calls for. There's no excuse at this point. If you're ready to just understand more about these topics, then we have this content over here and on the main channel, free of charge. Get up on game. But when you are ready to take it up to the next level and ascend and evolve to more direct practices, direct guidance, and direct science of self-mastery, that's when we're going to see you in the Philosopher's Circle, in the private Patreon community, in the personalized coaching program, or when you book a consultation call. Because this stuff is not for those who aren't serious. If you're serious, we'll see you there. But for now, if you're just wondering, how do I get started? Keep watching these videos. Then you'll figure it out. Then you'll figure it out. But when you are ready to really jump off the ledge and ready to really advance, that's when we'll see you in the inner circle when you're ready to evolve, in the personalized coaching program when you're ready to evolve. Because this stuff is not easy. By no means. You must overcome each compulsion, and each compulsion comes in a different chakra, and each chakra uses a specific technique to overcome that compulsion, to understand who you are, explore that realm, and identify, this is who I am. The other things, they're just conditioned in me. It's not easy, but this is a science, and the science and chemical reaction that comes outside of it as a byproduct is self-realization. And that's what you've been looking for your entire life. You're not gonna find it while you're stuck under the spell. If you wanna break out of that spell, the only thing that's gonna allow you to truly break free from it and liberate yourself from it is your dharma. That's the cure. That's the remedy. That's the medicine to break free from the matrix. Abrahamism has made you ashamed of your shakti, has made you ashamed of your dharma, has made you ashamed of yourself. If you're ready to truly embody your nature and say, fuck that shit, I love who I am, and I'm gonna pursue what I love, then we'll see you walking up the right hand. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out at games. You guys can make these games. I'm out of here. Peace.